Speaker recognizes Representative Proctor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Body, our last night here, the last vote that we took was to send property tax relief for veterans and seniors to the governor for signature. We passed that, Senate passed that. No, my senator voted present. We passed that, and she vetoed it. That property tax relief is something that our veterans in the state of Kansas have been asking for years. This chamber, October 2022, they all met here and they told us that their number one priority was property tax relief for disabled veterans. Then last year, in October, they met in this chamber and they told us, you ain't got it done yet. It's still our number one priority. Get it done. So we sent that bill to the governor and the governor vetoed that bill. A lot of those veterans are watching right now because they want me to file an amendment to this tax bill in order to provide that property tax relief. This is the hardest thing, one of the hardest things that I've had to do since I entered this chamber, but I'm not going to submit this amendment. And I'd like you to indulge me for just a second to explain to those folks why. You know, just like all of you, before we got called back here by the governor, I was out campaigning, knocking on doors in my district. The number one thing that I heard was property taxes, and I know y'all are hearing all the same thing. And I'm very disappointed that because my senator voted for the bill but then did not vote to override, we're back here considering a bill that has way less property tax relief than any of the other bills that we sent to the governor. The mill levy cut is completely gone, and the exemption, the increase in the exemption is almost halved. But the other thing that I hear almost as frequently in my district as property tax relief is the income tax on Social Security. And this bill that we're considering right now eliminates that income tax. And the reason that I came up here all those years ago, 4 years ago, was to create incentives to get a lot of the folks who are sitting on the sidelines, have been sitting on the sidelines since COVID, and many of them before, back into the workforce and back working. And what this bill does is drastically increase the amount of their income that is not taxed at all, to incentivize them to get out of the hamster wheel of government dependency and get into the economy, growing their lives, growing their futures, growing their families. And this amendment would stand in the way of providing that property tax and that income tax, or I'm sorry, that income tax relief. We're one vote away from eliminating the Social Security income tax. We're one vote away from dramatically increasing the number of people who are not going to be on the income tax rolls at all. And so I'm not going to submit this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.